If the last 2 years felt like preparation for something bigger, ending cycles, ending relationships, shedding what's heavy and maybe even toxic, this is why. We are no longer in preparation mode. We are into transition to something which is pure action. In this video, I will break down transition from wood snake to fire horse and what this change actually demands from you. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Yoshi, holistic astrologer. I support sensitive minds to reclaim their power and help them to trust their own decisions. This is astrology without the jargon and without fear. Okay, let's begin. Chinese astrology works in 2 layers. This is why we have an animal zodiac like dragon, snake, rabbit. And also we have a stem or branch which we could call element. It would be fire, wood, water. This is why when we are talking about wood dragon and we are talking about fire dragon, the expression of those zodiacs would be absolutely different. On the top of it, we have also yin and yang quality. Yin, which is more receptive, more introverted, observant, and yang, which would be more expansive, more active. Since 2024, we were and we still are in wood element. First one in 2024 was more this expansive one, and we could begin many things. 2025 was the introverted one, the one which was processing, finishing. I think you can see it in your life, the difference between those years. Especially 2025, yin wood snake energy, which was ending, observing, integrating what started, and expression of it in real life could be that you started some exciting things in 2024 and then the progress was slow, and it was a lot about taking few steps and then coming back because we needed to integrate something or more likely shed the skin. Many people 2025 felt slow, and we could experience that this pressure, this massive pressure that we want a change and we are making a change is there, but the change is slow. And yes, it was a lot of about endings, all type of endings, relationships, habits, relocations, or planning to relocate, planning to change the work or even career. And for some people, it was quite comforting that we finally had the year where everything was a bit slower. For others, it was frustrating. And just a little note, this time wasn't stagnant or wasted. It was a preparation. Preparation which gave us the foundation, and we are still working on them, that's very important, but also which showed us that I'm no longer this person who I used to be before. And in my videos I'm talking about it a lot, that we left massive part of our identity behind, especially in 2025. 2026 is bringing completely different influence. Element fire, zodiac horse, action, movement, quick changes. We are ready. If we want it or not, we have to be ready. You might feel a strong need to experience freedom. Also, many opportunities can come to you at once, and if you felt like, you wanted to do things in 2025 but it was so slow, then be ready, it will be not slow anymore. Movement, not only on this level of opportunities but also physical one. For many of us it will be very physically, I don't want to say challenging because it's not about that, active year, a year when our bodies might then finally be used in the way they're supposed to be, which is like being physically active, finding the activity, gym, running, Pilates, anything which will really work for you. The fire horse year will demand quicker decisions. And this is why this time between which we are now in, it's really good to be sure about our goals, about who we are, what we want. This time to integrate the foundation, which we are still building, of course, but to integrate that when the life will start happening faster for us, we will be not panicking, because we will know what we truly want and what is the correct decision for us, not for the other person, just for us. And if you are a person who prefers slower life, of course, you can still manage it. It's not that now we'll be thrown in some horrible fast movement. No, it's not that. But you might be excited to do more things. The quick note, another one. Of course, it will be easier to be tired. And after a snake year, when we had quite a lot of time in many ways, 2026 is a year when we need to plan and strategize our time to rest. Our nervous system will be really glad if we understand that rest is not optional, is absolutely necessary. From other side, if you are a person who felt kind of exhausted or maybe annoyed with the emotional intensity of the wood snake year, because it was emotional, then good information for you. The emotions will be not on the first plan this time. The movement will be the action, choices, doing things, and finally seeing results. Fire horse is not a year to try to be perfect because of many reasons. It will reward quick choices and being consistent and managing your excitement and fear, like doing things instead of trying to create a perfect plan, because the reality is that we had our time to learn what we want. And right now, accepting fact that we cannot create a perfect strategy if we will not start doing the thing, we cannot create a perfect strategy which will work in real life, not only on the paper, in the program. In the next video, I will go a bit deeper into what's Fire Horse really about, because this video is about the transition, those few weeks which are actually very important, and we are so lucky that we are aware of the fact that this January is not just like this strange month after Christmas or like holiday season. No, it's way more important this year. Okay, I will give you 2 life examples because I think they speak the best. Many people started therapy in 2024. One reason is that it became way more accessible, with being possible to do it online. And 2024, many people started 2025 with energy of emotional snake. You could see a breakthrough in your therapy. The one which you were waiting for years, and maybe you even didn't know that you were waiting, but the one which really changed a lot. And now, what's happening? Because of this therapy, you went deep, or you were maybe talking about past a lot, you changed something. And now, this January and February, we'll ask you many times, are you sure about your new identity? Are you sure that you are done with this situation from the past, which is really unnecessary to overthink it anymore? It might sound demanding, but what's the most important? When the fire horse energy will shift, you can use your new type of being in a way which will show you that, those issues from the past, okay, they were there, but they are not present anymore. And here I want to mention something. It's not that we are done with some subject forever. Like, let's say you had a difficult relationship with your mother. This is the most typical thing I think most of us experience, or many of us. And then sometimes during therapy is this illusion that, I'm done with this subject. It's absolutely done. And it's not necessarily true, because life is life, and some new experiences. They can bring you subjects which will again touch this wound, touch this memory. But the trick is not to get stuck into healing mode. It's about the balance between not believing that you will ever be fixed. This is you will one day you will be absolutely fine with everything. It's an illusion of psychotherapy and new age type of spirituality. We are humans. We always have our spiral of evolving. But also to be stuck in the healing mode is like for years and just be focused on our healing without actually living. We also don't want that. Then if life example of the person who started working on themselves and did the shadow work or maybe did the healing or whatever big and emotionally important happened to you, now it's time when you can see results in your life. Second life example. Wood element is very much about learning, and it's very possible that many of us started new business in 2024, or we changed our business in some way, but then the results were slow. We were all excited in 2024, and then 2025 we were doing all correct things, but then quite a little reward was coming from it. We created strategies, we were consistent, all of those things. Maybe we connected with new clients, maybe we finished some work relationships. What is happening with the fire horse energy? It will be more. The results will be there, but the space between is for you to polish your offer, to think about what you really want to actually do with your business, with your offering. It's still time to finish your website. It's still time to work on your pricing, all those things, which are maybe not so exciting, but because last months they gave you this moment of like, okay, maybe I'm actually worth more, or maybe I need to put my prices a bit lower and work on my offer. You probably with new business in the last few months had those moments when you were like, I need to make a proper change, and now is the time to make a change before energy will change. If this message resonates with you, remember to comment and subscribe. That really helps to this channel to reach to the right people. And if you would like to work with me, check the description below. I'm offering holistic birth chart readings. Also, if you are wondering about something very specific, about your life purpose, or maybe about the pattern in your love life, or you would like to explore your North Node or Chiron, something specific, then Ask the Stars is for you. It's a one question reading. I'm also offering full moon and new moon personalized readings. All of them, they are never generic. They are they are absolutely made for you. And very important, they are not predictive. It's not fortune telling. It's understanding yourself and your timing in a practical way. Okay, then what to do when this transition is right now? We are in the transition. Very practical, very useful, I believe. I know because I just did it yesterday. Practice. Look at 2024 and 2025 and think first. What worked? What didn't work? Take a big piece of paper. Oh no, first make a tea or a coffee or any other drink. Make yourself a nice space, but you don't need to go crazy. It's not any type of offering like ritual. It's a practical way of dealing with the situation. I like to work with a bigger piece of paper, like this size, and then on one side you can write what worked, what didn't, anything. It could be about your relationships, it could be about your hobbies, that let's say you had so many ideas but you didn't make enough time for them. It could be about your exercise, about your diet, about anything and everything. Very specific examples. I discovered this year, 2025, that actually intermittent fasting works so well for me. And I'm not talking about losing weight, I'm talking about mental clarity, about having energy, about all those things. Intermittent fasting, big yes. And what didn't really work for me, however, it was a good learning curve, I would say. It was using an app where I was checking everything what I ate to check even more macros like proteins and fats and all of that than calories, but doing this. And it was interesting, but it's not manageable for me day by day. Think about your examples, be very specific with them, and then you can take your calendar, you can open your Google Calendar. It doesn't really matter if it's a paper one or not, but some of those things which worked for them, they are time sensitive things. Let's say if you want to go to the gym 3 times per week, put it in your calendar, but realistically learn your lessons from the last year. For me, I discovered virtual co-working. It's a great thing for people who are self-employed, entrepreneur, and you are doing everything by yourself and you don't have your team. And I put in my calendar that 3 times per week I'm a part of the virtual co-working, and I have also my working body, and I'm working on my project I'm excited about. It's related to astrology, but this practice can help you to make those foundations even stronger for the coming year, and also to get rid of those delusional ideas that you can be everything at the same time, and picking up another 5 hobbies or having 5 projects on your mind will work, because it didn't. It never does. Maybe for some people, actually, I don't know, not for me. It's February 17, 2026, the beginning of the brand new year, or quantum time jumping thing. No, it's not. It's not. And it would be exciting if it would be like that, but let's make ourselves excited with something a bit more realistic. The energy will change, but the energy very rarely works in a way when it's like from one to another. It's like psh. Sometimes it's happening. I had situations when my life changed absolutely overnight, overnight. And I'm sure you also had it, but let's don't have those crazy expectations, but let's see the reality, how it will go. The time when the energy will really change, you might see the biggest difference between let's say December of 2025 and January in July. That would be probably a moment when you will be like, wow, it's different. But let's be prepared that maybe actually our life will change overnight this time. The strategy for now, it's simple. Let's prepare, but without a massive expectation. Let's stay open, let's see how it will be. I will leave a comment, some extra insights, and thank you for being here. Until next time, bye!